Coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. As we round out the final weeks of the year, the Southwest has already experienced an early taste of winter, with snowfall on November 1st. Now, with a return to milder temperatures and a dry landscape, many are wondering what the coming weeks will bring, and if we'll see a white Christmas. The Christmas season is one filled with celebration and colorful light displays. And by taking a few steps in advance of decorating, you can ensure your decorations are not only eye-catching, but fire-safe. The holiday season is here, and as you pick out that perfect gift for friends and family, the Swift Current SPCA hopes you'll consider making a donation this Christmas. Thanks for joining us here today. As we head into the month of December, we find out what the long-term weather outlook is from Environment Canada, and if we'll see a white Christmas. As we round out the final weeks of the year, the Southwest has already experienced an early taste of winter, with snowfall on November 1st. Now, with a return to milder temperatures and a dry landscape, many are wondering what the coming weeks will bring, and if we'll see a white Christmas.
Well, I think this back and forth, up and down, seems to be the pattern. Models for December look like it's going to be a little warmer than normal the first week, and then we see kind of good old-fashioned kind of weather coming the second week as we get some of that polar air, the Arctic air. But overall, for December, it's kind of we're claiming that it looks like a little bit of uncertainty. It's not as going to be as brutal as some people thought it was. It's sort of interesting, Carol, that a lot of the models, the American models, both private and public, and even some private weather service models in Canada are saying this was going to be the winter from hell out west. It was going to be because of La Nina. It was going to be a colder than normal winter. Well, our forecast, we're still working on the seasonal outlook, but initially it's looking like it's going to be a little bit more uncertain, but may very well be a little milder than normal.
And as far as a long-range forecast for the coming months, Philip says we may see a similar trend of last winter.
La Nina, the cold water in the Pacific, think that it will begin to weaken, and that might very well produce a kind of a winter like we had last year, which was, there were moments that you wish you were somewhere else, but overall it turned out to be in 70 winters, so I think it was the 16th warmest. So it wasn't that bad at all. I think there was only really 1 month that was kind of brutal, and number of days that were below minus 20, which is kind of a cold day in Canada, they were actually fewer of those than you normally would get. So my sense is that the longer we hold on to this forecast, the better news it's getting.
The seasonal high for this time of the year is -4, with an overnight low of -14. Wishing you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the staff and management of Pioneer Co-op, celebrating 80 years in Southwest Saskatchewan. Wishing you the best this holiday season and into the new year from Mayor Dennis Perreault, City Council, and staff of the City of Swift Current. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the management and staff of Chinook Refrigeration and Air Conditioning, serving Southwest Saskatchewan since 1976. Wishing you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the management and staff of Pinnacle Financial in Swift Current. As you plan to deck the halls this holiday season, the Swift Current Fire Department is reminding you to keep holiday light safety in mind. The Christmas season is one filled with celebration and colorful light displays. And by taking a few steps in advance of decorating, you can ensure your decorations are not only eye-catching, but fire-safe.
We're seeing lots more people with illuminated displays and inflatables and all sorts of different things. So check your cords as you're putting them up. Make sure that you run a hand over them, that they're not old and cracked and brittle and frayed. Make sure that there isn't any exposed wiring, the connections are good, and that you're not overloading circuits by putting too many cords together or too much load on a single extension cord.
And as you decorate the interior of your home, you're reminded to keep a careful watch over burning candles.
Make sure that you're extinguishing them when you're leaving, certainly for the evening or going out, and we encourage everybody to extinguish them when they're leaving the room. That may seem like a lot as you go in and out of a room, but don't forget about them. Make sure that you're cognizant of them there, and they do burn out, they do burn hot. The perception that because it's a small candle or something like that, that it can't cause a fire is untrue. They do cause fires, they do cause problems.
By ensuring your real Christmas trees don't dry out and you have a working smoke detector in your home, you can rest easy this holiday season.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Dr. Noble Irwin Regional Healthcare Foundation, keeping healthcare strong in Southwest Saskatchewan.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Gus, Louie, and George at the K Steakhouse and Motel. Book your Christmas party or New Year's celebration today. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from David Anderson, Member of Parliament for Cypress Hills Grasslands. With Christmas just around the corner, the Swift Current SPCA has released its annual wish list. We find out what's on it in this report. The holiday season is here, and as you pick out that perfect gift for friends and family, the Swift Current SPCA hopes you'll consider making a donation this Christmas. The local shelter is a non-kill facility and offers a home to pets who have been abandoned for various reasons throughout the year. And in order to provide this crucial service, the SPCA relies on your generous support. Melissa Topham is the operations manager and says they've come up with a wish list, giving donors an idea where the funding can help the shelter pets.
I know we've had it in the past few years here, and usually we get a fairly good response from it. So I think it makes people feel good that they're helping the animals and everything. It's got laid out like, say for a $55 donation, you can buy a new bed for one of our dogs. However, it also has, if you just want to donate money in general, it has an area on there that you can check off, and it just goes towards our pets and our supplies and everything here. So yeah, we greatly appreciate when people think of us at the holiday time.
And with all the excitement of the season, Topham reminds everyone that Christmas may not be the best time to give a pet as a gift.
Christmas is such a busy time to begin with, and introducing a new animal into a home that's kind of chaotic at that time isn't the greatest spot for an animal to be at that time. It can show off kind of some unwanted behaviors if they're brought into, say, a large gathering of people, and then that in turn brings the animal back here because it wasn't what they were looking for. Having a pet is a huge commitment, and it's something that needs to be sat down and thought about, not an impulse buy.
Donations to the Swift Current SPCA can be made by mail or in person to their office located just off Highway 4 South. For over 12 years, Southwest TV News has provided the visuals for the defining moments in our community. Support your community and help us to continue our work. Support our sponsors by watching the ads on YouTube and by clicking the ads on our website. Pennies per click, which will help us continue to bring you the award-winning news coverage you've come to expect from Southwest TV News. Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at southwesttvnews.com. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.